Our journey begins in the heart of France at the chilling Chateau de Brissac. This towering fortress, with its stone-cold walls and antiquated charm, has stood the test of time since the 11th century. The Chateau de Brissac, with its rich tapestry of history, has a tale to tell that sends a shiver down the spine. The chateau was originally a castle built by the Counts of Anjou in the 11th century. Over the centuries, it has seen wars, betrayals, and countless acts of passion. But it's the tragic tale of the Green Lady that has immortalized the Chateau de Brissac in the annals of the paranormal. The Green Lady, or La Dame Verte, as she is known locally, is said to be the ghost of an unfaithful wife, Charlotte, who met a gruesome end at the hands of her husband. Legend has it that the Duke of Brissac discovered his wife's infidelity and in a fit of rage, murdered both her and her lover. Charlotte, clad in her favorite green dress, was brutally slain within the castle walls. But death, it seems, did not bring an end to her tale. It is said that Charlotte's spirit was never able to find peace. Over the centuries, countless visitors have reported sighting the Green Lady, her face bearing the horrific marks of her violent end. From France, we travel to the eerie expanses of Romania, to the creepy Corvin Castle. Situated in Hunedoara, a small town cloaked in the mystery of the Carpathian Mountains, Corvin Castle is a chilling monument of Gothic architecture. Built in the 15th century by the powerful nobleman John Hunyadi, this castle has stood the test of time, its stone walls echoing with the whispers of its tumultuous past. The castle's history is steeped in blood and torment. Its underground dungeons, a labyrinth of despair, were the final resting place for many prisoners. These hapless souls were subjected to unimaginable torture, their cries for mercy lost in the castle's cold, dark depths. As the sun sets and the long shadows of the night engulf Corvin Castle, one can almost hear the clank of chains and the desperate pleas of those who were once imprisoned here. The castle, once a symbol of power and wealth, now stands as a chilling testament to the inhumanity of its past occupants. The castle's most infamous resident, Vlad the Impaler, the inspiration for Bram Stoker's Dracula, is said to have been imprisoned here. Legend has it that his spirit still roams the castle's dark corridors. Forever trapped in the castle, he once ruled with an iron fist. Those brave enough to visit often report unsettling occurrences. The faint sound of weeping echoes through the deserted halls, spectral figures flit past in the corner of one's eye, and an inexplicable chill fills the air. Even in daylight, the castle's imposing silhouette is enough to send shivers down the spine of the most hardened of explorers. As we delve deeper into the heart of the castle, the air grows colder, the silence more profound. It's as if the very stones are holding their breath, waiting for the next scream of a tortured soul to echo through the castle's dark corridors. The screams of the tortured souls are believed to still haunt this castle's dark corridors. Next, we find ourselves in South Korea, at the gruesome Gonjam Psychiatric Hospital. A place that's become a synonym for fear and curiosity, its story is as chilling as the icy winds that howl through its deserted corridors. Tucked away in the Gwangju province, the Gonjam Psychiatric Hospital was once a bustling institution, filled with the sounds of life, albeit life in its most troubled form. Its history dates back to the 20th century, but its fame, or rather infamy, came much later in the 90s. In the early 90s, the hospital was abruptly closed. The official reason? Sanitation issues. But local whispers tell a different tale. They speak of patients who died under mysterious circumstances, of strange happenings, and of a hospital director who fled to the United States, leaving behind a legacy of fear and uncertainty. The spirits of those who tragically lost their lives are said to still roam the hospital, trapped in the realm of the living. Their stories are woven into the very fabric of the building. The sound of their laughter, their cries, their pleas for help echo through the empty halls and rooms. It's as if time stands still in Gonjam, forever trapped in its gruesome past. Since its closure, the hospital has been named one of the freakiest places on the planet by CNN Travel, while local authorities have declared it off-limits to the public. Despite this, it continues to draw thrill-seekers and ghost hunters eager to experience its eerie atmosphere firsthand. The Gonjam Psychiatric Hospital is more than just an abandoned building. It's a testament to the darker side of human nature, a place where the line between the living and the dead is blurred, where every creak and whisper tells a tale of sorrow and fear. As we leave the chilling confines of the Gonjam Psychiatric Hospital, we can't help but feel a sense of relief mixed with a strange fascination. This is a place that leaves an indelible mark on all who dare to venture within its walls. The hospital's chilling past continues to echo through its abandoned halls. We now travel to the Philippines, to the dreadful Diplomat Hotel. Nestled atop Dominican Hill in Baguio City, the Diplomat Hotel has a history as rich and dark as the soil it was built upon. It was originally constructed as a seminary in the early 20th century, but the ravages of time and war would transform it into the haunted husk we know today. During the Second World War, the then seminary was repurposed as a sanctuary for those fleeing the conflict. Countless refugees sought protection within its stone walls. It was during this tumultuous period that the Diplomat Hotel earned its macabre reputation. As the war raged on, the safe haven soon became a target. The refuge was mercilessly bombed, leading to the tragic demise of numerous innocent lives. In the aftermath of this horrific event, the seminary was left in ruins. It was only in the 1970s that it was resurrected as the Diplomat Hotel. Yet the echoes of its violent past were far from forgotten. Guests and staff began to report eerie occurrences, unexplained noises in the dead of night, chilling cold spots in the corridors, and the sight of spectral figures roaming the grounds. These apparitions are believed to be the restless spirits of the refugees who perished all those years ago. Their desperate cries for help, their last breaths, and their unfulfilled dreams are said to be imprinted on the very stones of the Diplomat Hotel. Some claim to hear the echoes of their anguish, a chilling reminder of the atrocities they endured. The Diplomat Hotel stands today as a stark reminder of its grim past. Its darkened windows stare out onto the world, a silent testament to the lives lost within its walls. Its eerie silence is only broken by the whispers of the wind and the occasional chilling wail of the spirits trapped within. The cries of the fallen are said to still haunt this forsaken refuge, their voices forever echoing through the desolate halls of the dreadful Diplomat Hotel. We return to the United Kingdom, to the haunting Henly Hospital. This imposing structure, nestled in the heart of East Sussex, is a chilling reminder of a darker time in our history. Built in the late 19th century, the Henly Hospital was once a mental asylum, a place that promised to care for the mentally ill. But as the decades rolled on, the hospital's intentions strayed far from their original purpose. In the early 20th century, the hospital's population swelled, housing thousands of patients. The hospital was woefully understaffed and ill-equipped to handle such a great number. This led to the mistreatment of patients, with reports of neglect, abuse, and even death. The hospital's once grand halls and serene gardens became a living nightmare for those unfortunate enough to find themselves within its walls. As the years wore on, the hospital's reputation tarnished, and it was finally closed in the early 90s. But the legacy of Henly Hospital did not end with its closure. Stories began to circulate of strange happenings within the now abandoned building. Whispers of ghostly apparitions, unexplained noises, and an overwhelming sense of dread and despair. Many believe these phenomena to be the spirits of the mistreated patients, still trapped within the hospital's confines, their souls unable to find peace. Paranormal investigators and urban explorers have reported encounters with these restless spirits, their tales adding to the chilling lore of Henly Hospital. The hospital stands today as a grim monument to the atrocities of the past. Its crumbling walls and overgrown gardens are a stark reminder of the suffering endured by those who were supposed to be cared for within its halls. The hospital may be abandoned, but it is far from empty. The echoes of the tormented souls who once resided here continue to resonate within these desolate walls. The haunting Henly Hospital serves as a chilling reminder that not all ghosts are of the past. Some linger on, trapped in a constant state of torment, their pain echoing through the ages. The echoes of their torment continue to resonate within these desolate walls. Our journey takes us to Cambodia, to the terrifying Tuol Sleng Genocide Museum. This chilling establishment, also known as S21, was once an ordinary high school in the heart of Phnom Penh, but the Khmer Rouge regime transformed it into a gruesome prison and interrogation center in the late 70s. Its classrooms, once filled with the noise of eager young minds, became silent torture chambers. The laughter of children was replaced with anguished cries and desperate pleas for mercy. The Khmer Rouge was ruthless in its pursuit of enemies of the state. Those unfortunate enough to be branded as such were brought to Tuol Sleng. Doctors, teachers, students, even children were shackled and brutalized, subjected to unimaginable horrors. The regime meticulously documented their atrocities, leaving behind a chilling collection of photographs and testimonies. Around 20,000 souls passed through the gates of Tuol Sleng. Barely a dozen lived to tell the tale. The rest met their end within these walls, their lives snuffed out in the most brutal of ways. Their bodies were discarded in the infamous killing fields, their names forgotten, their stories untold. Today, the Tuol Sleng Genocide Museum stands as a stark reminder of humanity's capacity for cruelty. It's a chilling testament to a dark period in Cambodia's history, and yet, some say the past isn't entirely behind us. Reports of spectral sightings and eerie occurrences abound. Visitors speak of feeling an oppressive heaviness, of hearing whispers in the wind. Some claim to have seen the apparitions of the deceased, their spectral faces twisted in eternal torment. The guards who patrol the museum at night tell tales of phantom footsteps echoing through the empty corridors, of chilling screams that rent the silence. These stories give credence to the belief that the spirits of those who perished in Tuol Sleng are trapped within its walls. Their pain and despair have seeped into the very fabric of the building, casting a pall of dread that lingers to this day. The ghosts of its gruesome past are said to still haunt these blood-stained walls. From France to Cambodia, these structures stand as chilling reminders of our past. Each one, from the chilling Chateau de Brissac with its spectral opera singer to the creepy Corinna Castle and its ghastly gallows, carries a haunting history within its aged walls. The gruesome Gunjam Psychiatric Hospital, the dreadful Diplomat Hotel, and the haunting Henly Hospital all echo with eerie tales of the supernatural. And who could forget the terrifying Tuol Sleng Genocide Museum, its harrowing past still very much alive in the minds of many. Each of these abandoned buildings carries a unique story, a chilling testament to the darker side of history. Their eerie atmospheres and chilling histories have intrigued, terrified, and captivated us today. If you've enjoyed this journey through the world's most haunted abandoned buildings, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Until our next adventure, may your dreams be free of the chilling echoes of these haunted halls.